ball hammered by Turner, but going foul.
Spin rate 2,400 on the Miranda fastball. Average big league fastball right over 2,200. Four seamers 2,264. So yeah, he's got some good late life.
Turner pop up to second first time up.
Max Scherzer 2,550 on average with his four-seam fastball.
Check that out tomorrow night. Luis Perdomo for the Padres tomorrow. 1-2. And Turner hanging with the off-speed. Padres will finish up a series tonight in New York, and then here for 3.
And that's got some jump to it. For those of you who don't know, a little review. The high spin rate helps the ball kind of defy gravity for slightly longer than a pitch with low spin rate. So it's coming downhill, right, from the mound to home plate. But if you have that high spin rate, it gives it that rising fastball effect, or that air quotes late life. Make all the difference in the world whether it misses a barrel or not.
Well, you know, over the years, we heard all these baseball terms. You talk about late life, ball jumps at you, got another gear. Now we have scientific proof of that.
Yeah, quantify it with numbers.
Great stuff. Turner reaches, and it's under the glove of Valencia. He's going to keep on running here. He's going to go to second right in front of Nelson Cruz. So, whether it's a hit or not, the Nats have a runner in scoring position. Well, you know, over the years, we heard all these baseball terms. You talk about late life, ball jumps at you, got another gear. Now we have scientific proof.
Yeah, quantify it with numbers.
Great stuff. Turner reaches, and it's under the glove of Valencia. He's going to keep on running here. He's going to go to second right in front of Nelson Cruz. So, whether it's a hit or not, the Nats have a runner in scoring position. Well, you know, probably got his head down, saying a few things to Adam Hamari. Mercedes-Benz will pitch cast it.
I thought it was a pretty good pitch. Really good frame job by Zunino to get the call, but the changeup in isn't thrown enough, in my opinion.
Or the rocket to left, it's going to stay up and go in the glove of Taylor Motter. Best hit ball of the day for the Nats, who've stranded 2 runners in a scoreless 3 innings. Two. Gio 15 pitches per his first 3 innings on average. Target in. Swing and a miss on a pitch to the other side of the plate. Strikeout number 4. Faster than that. Here's Cano, who hit a laser to left. Caught by Jason Worth on the run his first time. Low and away. Cano 3 for 8 in the series. Robinson Cano, after this season, is signed for 6 more years with Seattle. So this is his 4th season. 10-year deal to lead the Yankees after the 13th season when he drove in 107 runs. In there. 1-2. Gio throwing the ball well.
That was down. Cano didn't like it. Jose Lobaton framed the top of the baseball, pulled it in. And Adam Hamari fought it. Watch this. That's where it crosses. Jose's behind the plate. He pulled it up.
Now the target away.
So Cano 34, be 35 in October. But the way he plays, I feel like he's going to still be good at 40.
2 long contracts in the American League West. Robinson Cano and Albert Pujols. 1-2 with 2 outs. Nats will play the Angels home and home this season. We'll see that wonderful ballpark in Oakland on our next trip. Look at the doubles leader since the Nats came to D.C. Robinson Cano more than anybody, even Cabrera and Big Papi. Two balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss on a big curveball.
6 seats?
Gio, 5 strikeouts. You never know. So far unhittable. Here comes Bryce. No score. Percent or more on car insurance. Geico.com. See how much you could save. It's a runaway. It's a blowout. Not even close. Abe is league leading 9th of the year. George has 7. Tall Tom has 5. And Teddy, hopefully a second half guy, still shut out.
I want what Abe's taken. No way he's that frisky this early. What's up, ladies? Beautiful day for a ball game. Did you see the baby cry with the Fanatic last night? That was awesome.
Saw the Fanatic cry one day when Jason Worth stole the keys to his 4-wheeler.
Cutest kid ever, and he just lost it.
Bryce didn't like the call on the first one from Ariel Miranda.
Looked like it might have been up.
Got Bryce looking at an off-speed pitch right after Harper had hurt his finger on a bunt attempt.
StatCast being brought to you by Amazon Web Services. Check out The Shift.
Lefty, 0-2 pitch. Bryce Harper into this game, 3rd best in the National League. .424 against left-handed pitching. Matt Wieters at .500, the switch hitter. And of course, the next guy would be right-handed, Nolan Arenado. Harper, the Best lefty in the league against southpaws. He's going to drive one to left for Taylor Motter. Outs keep on coming for both of these lefties. Just into the 1 o'clock hour with one out in the fourth inning. Things moving quickly. BCFP DK on Masson. That's playing their 46th game of the year.
See, Abe was going a little too fast. This kid's about how I feel right now. He is out. I'll tell you, both lefties, similar in the sense that they're so sporadic. It's tough to have a game plan as a hitter today because you can sit on a pitch in a zone, but you might go 3 at-bats before you get a pitch in your zone. So what do? You get impatient.
You hammer one like Zimmerman does to center, and then Guillermo Heredia back to cover it. 2 down.
Okay, I'm looking for fastball middle of the way today. I'm going to drive it to right center. And then you have 2 lefties that are kind of buckshot. They don't know where it's going. They both have really good stuff. So how do you have a game plan? You don't. Sometimes against guys like this, it's just see ball, hit ball. And you dumb it down a little bit and just look for a strike. Maybe not in a zone.
Murphy. Ball speared by the pitcher first time. A one-hopper that was heading out towards short.
That's why guys that have good command, you can have a game plan as a hitter and stick to it. Guys that don't, it's tough.
Modified shift here. A lot of room third base line. Murphy 13 doubles on the year, 23 extra base hits. And third in the league with 56 hits. Target, outer half. And Murphy goes up to kind of tomahawk that ball foul left side.
You got a lot of people on each coast in the same seats right now. Maybe same beds in Seattle, 9 o'clock start.
One and two. Off speed. Neither team with a hit through 4. Strikeout number 4 for Miranda.
If you know what I mean. Both pitchers have it going on. But there's been a few double plays that have helped Gio. A little strike him out, throw him out piece. Jose Lobaton getting rid of it quick. Daniel Murphy with a nice pick. And this is a sweet pick by Anthony Rendon. Going into foul territory. A blind throw with something on it, right on the money. A beautiful 5-4-3 double play. So, this is all the donuts. We show you defense.
Yeah, donuts and defense sounds like a noon game to me. Cruz, Seager, Valencia, top 5 for Seattle. Nelson Cruz struck out swinging. First time he had swung at a pitch out of the zone on 3-1, and then Gio got him. Two-0 danger count. And you would think the green light's blazing for this guy if he sees one down the middle.
100%. Or not.
Probably looking for something he could pull. He goes the other way and drives it. Bryce Harper circling back on the run. 1 out, 5th inning. Kyle Seager hit one to Harper first time.
They're playing the Bryce is Right song every time Bryce catches a ball, but that show might be on right now. Good command of the curveball early in the count, stealing strike 1. Now you can bounce it late in the count, go back to it.
0-1 target away. Gio bolts the edge with a fastball right where Lobaton wanted it.
See, now you bounce the curveball. You already showed you can throw it for a strike. You have to respect it. Throw that wiffle ball curve up there.
There it is, and he left it up. Base hit Seager. Harper to retrieve it. The gun to second. Double with 1 out, 5th inning. Seattle's first hit.
Tried to bounce it, left it out over, and Kyle Seager with the first hit in this ball game. Curveball stayed up, hit it off the end, placed it perfectly, and Bryce hustling over there. A little trouble on the exchange, or he might have got him. A little double pump action, still close at second base. .95 miles an hour on the Bryce Harper throw.
He has 3 outfield assists. Danny Valencia ground ball to Turner first time. And the 2-0 curve.
Good feel for that pitch all day, except for that last pitch with 2 strikes to Kyle Seager. Really the only mistake Gio's made. I don't know that I've seen his tempo this quick all year. He's getting it and going. Doesn't work slow, but I've never seen him work this fast. Maybe taking a cue from Tanner Roark last night.
Three-one. Time given. We heard Adam Hamari shout it out. Tanner outstanding last night. 102 pitches, 67 strikes. Didn't walk anybody. 1 run on 8 hits. They had 2 hits in an inning against him 3 times. And in only the first did they score. There's his 3rd walk of the day. First and second, 1 out against Gio with Taylor Motter coming up. And he walked his first time. Lobatone for a visit. This inning, the first time they've had a runner make it to second.
Gio's been so good this year pitching around trouble with the bottom half of the strike zone or lower to get the ground ball. You should see some pitches down here.
Lobatone blocking the curve.
"37 strikes, 37 balls. That's why it's tough to game plan against guys like Gio.
One 1-0 pitch. Concentration by Gio. Seager looked like he was going off second before stopping. Seager doubled. Valencia walked. Throwing that curveball and then bounces away from Lobatone. Both runners will move up.
Well, there goes the double play opportunity. Now Gio's got to pitch for the strikeout, so you got to change mid-batter what you were trying to do. Spun the curveball up there. That's the one you wanted to throw to Kyle Seager.
They're in at the corners, deep up the middle. 3-1.
Well, he got a double play on deck. Remember, Zunino hit into that 5-4-3 double play. Only thing is, hit that ball hard to Anthony Rendon to the backhand. If you're thinking it's going to be one of those low-scoring games, which obviously it is, you got a base here. You don't have to give in.
Way inside, bases loaded.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
He walked in the inning, 4 on the day.
Now you're 1 pitch away. You think he ever just goes like Spock pinch on the trap right there to kind of like get his point across? It's like dig in and say,
Mr. Spock would not be a good pitching coach. They'd all be going down. Now let's be logical about this next matchup. Adam Hamari comes out to break it up. Bases loaded, 1 out, scoreless game, top 5. Zunino in the series 1 for 8. It was a homer for the Mariners' only run Tuesday night. You know they're dying for a crooked number on the board. They have scored 1 run in 5 straight games. All losses. Gio's going to go to the windup here. Stepped off. Now back on. Extreme third base end of the pitching rubber. A lot of off speed here.
Kind of wishing it in there all of a sudden. Thinking about maybe the double play more than executing the pitch. Those are both down the zone, but he's not letting it loose.
He's got a lot of power. Off to the right it goes. He doesn't hit for high average. When you make a mistake, he's an all or nothing guy who can leave the yard. That's a quality fastball for a strike. At 92 and the count's even. Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
See the eye roll by Gio. He's saying to himself, yeah, just let it rip. Good frame by Jose Lobaton to get the calls, and Nino thought it was down. A lot of talking to Adam Amari here today by both sides.
2-2. Swinging a foul straight back.
Did he just break the sign? I think it left the mark.
Foul tip and a strikeout. Gio gets in on the hands of the Seattle catcher. Now he gets to face the pitcher. 2 outs.
Well, you jowl with the pitcher on deck. Now you got to throw strikes. Miranda struck out his first time up, but watch him plant the fastball, middle in. Zunino late, and it's a big strikeout. Gio with a let's go as he gets the ball back from Jose Lobaton. Huge strikeout here in the 5th.
All up to him now with the pitcher coming in. Miranda struck him out first time. He's up there hacking. He's got nothing to lose here. Gio now, first 18 batters. That was his 5th. First hit, first pitch, strike.
I'd make my pitcher take a strike with the bases loaded, 2 outs. Especially with all the walks Gio's featured here today. There's no way I'd let him go up hacking. Not an American League pitcher that never hits.
That's a good point.
I mean, you got to take a strike and hope for a walk here if you're Scott Service and the Mariners. Then it gets to, a 1-strike count, you go to work, but you can't go up there hacking as a pitcher in the American League that never hits. That's bad baseball, sorry.
Here's the 0-2. Gio out of the inning. 4 walks on the day, 7 strikeouts, 2 of each in that 5th inning. And no score. A Mazda do-up as we go bottom 5. The hot Anthony Rendon, 4 hits in this series, 3 homers, 8 RBIs, hitting well over 300 his last 31 games. Time for the unlimited baseball break brought to you by T-Mobile. I'm going to go bottoms up here. Anthony Rizzo warming it up, and he hopes he carries the Cubs on his shoulders. They're only 3 over 500. Joey Votto, some say he takes too many walks. Well, he's an on-base machine. And then there's Chris Sale, 101 strikeouts through 10 starts. He joins Randy Johnson, Pedro, Schilling, and Clemens as the only pitcher since 1900 with 100 strikeouts or more in their first 10 starts. Gio, 7 strikeouts today, 4 walks and 1 hit. Crazy outing. In that inning, he threw 27 pitches, but he still, while bending a bit, has not broken.
Yeah, all season long that's been Gio. When it looks like the wheels are about to come off, he rights the ship, which we haven't seen in the past. Nice to see fighting out there. First one that scores today wins. Here we go.
Rendon fouled out to Zunino, the catcher, first time. Miranda, 7 innings his last time out. 1 run on just 4 hits at home against the White Sox. Strike call. He's gone 7 3 times this year. Gio's gone 7 a couple of times, and 6 innings 7 times. Rendon throws his hands up, and it's ball 1. Rendon out in front of one, heading for the pole. See you later. And the Nats are on top. 4th home run of the series for Anthony Rendon.
Well, there goes the no-hitter. There goes the shutout. And there goes Anthony Rendon, who's tearing up the Seattle Mariners.
His 9th, Nationals' 71st home run. And upstairs to Michael A. Taylor. 3 games in a row, a career high for him. Miranda's given up his 10th. So he gives up 1 per start. And I think we had that in our preview graphic last night discussing today's matchup. One to Taylor, hit the ball well to center first time out. Here's where Michael A. can be aggressive, 2-1 count. Good take. Seen it well. Anthony Rendon's going to be in the top 10 in RBIs very soon. The 10th guys in the league have 33, and that was his 32nd. Zimmerman, Harper, and Murphy in that club. Now a full count. Inside, good AB by Michael A. Only the 6th time he's walked this year.
Check out the tater again. Anthony Rendon, his 4th home run looked like an off-speed pitch, maybe a changeup down in, 83 miles an hour, just stays through it. Look at the beautiful finish. The high one-hand finish and another high drive. This one's halfway up the bleachers and left, and Joe Ross just says, hey. Anthony said, I wish Joe Ross could pitch every game because it seems like every time Joe Ross pitches, Anthony Rendon has a big game.
Yeah. I think Joe Ross told Mass and Danny wishes he could start every game. Out! Perfect throw, Mike Zunino.
I like the aggressive idea here. Zunino got rid of it quick. It seemed like Michael A slowed down a little bit there at the end, and they just got the tag on his hand. Good idea, though.
How about that quick hand by Robinson Cano? 0-1 to Lobatone inside. Target away. Misses on the other side. 2-1. That ball cracked into left. It's one of the hardest balls Jose Lobatone's hit all year. He's going to have to hustle. Throw in from Mater way offline. And Jose Lobatone with the two-bagger. That's his third extra base hit. Second double to go with a homer.
You don't play every day. You get a shot. You get to a 2-1 count. You got to take advantage. And Jose Lobatone in the driver's seat gets a 2-1 heater right down the middle. Catches it out front. Hooks it down the corner. So a one-out double by Jose Lobatone. And let's watch him fly. Statcast out about 42 miles an hour coming around first.
Oh, I thought that was coming to the ballpark.
Maybe. Good traffic today.
Cracked. Hear that sound?
See if Gio bunts here. That doesn't make a lot of sense with one out and a runner on second, but I don't. We have a potential infield single on deck, is why I'm saying.
Corner infielder shallow. Yeah, and you don't have a fast runner at second. So I see your point, trying to move him up 90 feet.
Yeah.
So Gio pumping on the first one. Seattle's best throwing outfielder, Gerard Dyson, on the bench today.
Something's hurting him. I mean, he always kind of winces after swings. I've seen it for 4 years now, but today's a little different. Watch him kind of buckle here after the swing.
Shorten it up.
That's why maybe the bunt's a good idea. Okay.
One-two count with one out. Homer walk double in the inning. And Gio pops it up left side. Bob Henley gets out of the way for Seager. 2 outs. Trey Turner will try to double the Nats' lead. Inside the Numbers brought to you by Jeep. Runners in scoring position. Matt Wieters is in the top of the league. Anthony Rendon came in 5th in the National League. And then the other guys adding up to a number for the Nats that's been over 300 as a team the entire time this season, and Turner doing his part. Good take to get the count in his favor.
Insane. Ducks on the pond.
And not from hunters. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that.
No, that's not hunting. That's killing if you shoot a ball there on the pond.
Yeah, no challenge in that. That day game in Atlanta not going well for the home team. Pirates 7, Braves nothing. 5th inning. Some other afternoon baseball. Rockies underway at Philly. Phillies have lost 5 in a row. Lobito getting a huge lead. Middle infielder's not paying him any mind here, so with Bob Henley's help, Jose getting way off that bag in case there's a hit into the outfield.
Ducks on the Pot is believed to have come from Arch McDonald, the announcer for the Washington Senators in the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
There's a picture of Arch in the hallway right outside here. He used to recreate games on the radio.
How about that?
Well done, Arch.
Baby Arch.
Yeah, in fact, there's a picture of him out there. I think he's got a xylophone and some other sound effects. And back in those days, a lot of announcers would recreate the games on the radio when the team was on the road. Some didn't travel there, guys. And he'd take the ticker tape, read what's happening in the game, and make it all up. At least fill in the blanks. 3-1.
You're stretching out that whatever is tight.
Turner takes the walk, and that'll get Worth up with 2 outs. Second walk of the inning, third of the day by Miranda. Good to see Trey Turner not up there swinging at bad pitches. It's a good at bat for him.
It is.
It's only his 6th walk of the year.
I think if he starts walking more, the hits will start coming big time. He's an aggressive hitter, so it's hard to make a kid change his style and lose his aggressive nature. But the more pitches you see, the more time you have to time them up.
Michael A. Taylor and Trey Turner walk in the same inning. Worth has walked once, hit a line drive to left really hard his second time up. Right at Motter to end the 3rd inning. So he's had a couple of good at-bats. More pitches he sees, the more dangerous he is, and that's ball 1. Hmm. 83, a strike. Jason thought it was out of the zone. We'll see. Nissan.
He thought it was outside. Watch how he takes it. He's like, listening for the call.
Of course, the first one looked like a strike, and that was called ball 1. That's a really good changeup there. 80. Now the battle begins 1-2, and Worth doesn't mind hitting with 2 strikes. Longest inning for Ariel Miranda. It started with the Anthony Rendon homer to left. He's only retired 1 batter in the inning, but the caught stealing got him the other out. That one bounces. Blocked by Zunino.
Crowd's starting to get behind Jason Worth. Big at bat in this game.
That's on top. Looking to bust it open here. Worth up the middle, and that's a base hit. Here comes Lobito. Heredia will wing it home, and it's cut off. The Nats lead 2-0. Clutch. Jason Worth, RBI number 16.
Well, we've seen it for 7 years now. The more pitches Jason Worth sees the middle at bat, the more likelihood it's going to end well for the Nationals. And it gets a fastball up out over the plate, gets on top of it right by Miranda's glove and into center field. I don't think if Gene Segura was playing straight up shortstop, he had a chance. That throw off liner, there might have been some action at home plate, but a clutch 2-out knock by Jason Worth.
Runners in scoring position, and Jason Worth's numbers are on the rise. He's now hitting over 335 his last 15 games. So here's Harper with a chance to make it a huge inning. Great speed at second. One of the best base runners in the game behind him. Ball one.
I'll tell you what, when your whole team's hitting with runners in scoring position, like we just showed you, it just becomes another at-bat. When you're not hitting with runners in scoring position, it's rip the sawdust out of the handle of the bat and everybody trying too hard and nobody can drive in a run. So it's a nice thing that Dusty Baker's club has going right now.
Mariners probably going through that right now. American League Ball Club scoring 1 run in 5 straight games.
So,
and nothing today.
If I don't do it, dude behind me is going to do it. If he doesn't do it, the next guy's going to. So let's just go up there, see ball, hit ball. Whereas if you're not doing it, I have to do it right now because the guy on deck has no chance.
1 ball, 1 strike. Harper to the right side. Miranda had him reaching. That's it for the Nats. 2 runs in the 5th. Anthony Rendon gets it started. 5 hits in the series, 4 homers, 9 RBIs. You knew if it was fair, it was gone. Then the Nats had another thanks to Worth.
But we're definitely going to keep an eye on it. Not going to speculate, but there's a bunch of video evidence that something's not feeling great. This is his first at-bat, and he winces and stretches and does this a lot when he hits. But then coming off the mound, digging his thumb into his rib cage, we saw some action after some pitches, and this was his last at-bat. That little buckle right there, something not feeling right on the right side of Gio Gonzalez, then stretching the dugout. So, hey, everybody's banged up that plays this game. We just hope that it's not that bad.
Now the Mariners have 2 hits. Gene Segura.
And if it was, they wouldn't be running back out there.
Leadoff man aboard, 6th inning. Just heard the phone ring out in the bullpen. Heredia, Cano, Cruz. Strikeout and a bunt attempt in the air caught by Zimmerman. Guillermo 0 for 2. Rendon even with the bag at third. And that one had Casey Candell, the first base coach, ducking.
Must have been a low one.
Former Expo.
Short guys can make fun of each other.
Say their mom played in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. Casey Candell can, his mom Helen Callahan. So Justin Turner up. He's a guy that can, Jacob, pardon me. He's a guy that can eat up some innings. I wouldn't want Justin Turner pitching, but he can sure hack for the Dodgers. We'll see him next week. 1-1. M's box 2 hits. 4 walks. Gio has not allowed any of them to score. So Seager the double. 1 out last inning. Eventually stranded at third. Now Segura. One and 2. 2-2.
Try to frame it up.
Time for the shutdown inning. 2-2 count. Rendon has backed up considerably at third. Got him! Adam Hamari thought about it a moment, then punched out Guillermo Heredia. And for Gio, strikeout number 8.
Scott Service is yelling at Adam Hamari right now from the Mariners dugout. That ball was down. And Scott, a former catcher, saw Jose Lobaton pull that back up into the zone, and he is not happy.
Ejected.
Just got thrown out. And Adam Amari's had a tough day. He's been getting it from both sides. He's pointing at Jose Lobaton saying, he's tricking you. He's been framing those all day long. He's pulling them up into the zone, and you're buying it. I'm a catcher. I used to do that. Guaranteed that's what he's saying.
Tim Bogard, their bench coach, will take over.
That's a lot of frustration over losing 5 in a row, too. From the way they've lost 5 in a row. They haven't been scoring any runs. Their starting pitching has been scuffling, and Scott Service has just seen enough. Can't blame him, really.
Then he got tossed.
It'd be great just to do that to people in life. At least you had enough of whatever they were saying.
Toss them out of the office?
Just toss them out of wherever. Just point at them and just take off your hat or whatever. And just throw somebody out of your life. You're gone.
If we could do that, it would sure help traffic around here.
I think you should be able to eject people from life.
Here's Cano. Gio falls behind, and now it's 2-0. But yeah, don't buy season tickets behind that.
It's a lumpy scalp.
Teddy's not going that well either. He needs to do some PR work in the crowd. He's 0 for. This is home game number 22. He is 0 for this year.
He's slumping hard.
And a ball driven to left with authority over toward the gap. Segura reading it all the way goes to third, and Worth does the right thing by throwing into second. And the Mariners have a 1-out threat going here in the 6th. Robinson Cano now in the series, 4 for 10, coming off the DL. And the tying run, the lead run, is walking to home plate here in Cruz.
A sweet swing by Robinson Cano, and here comes Dusty Baker, I think, because all the stuff we showed you. He knows that Gio's not 100%. Mariners got a little something going on here in the 6th. Gio frustrated, but he pitched a heck of a ball game. He should get a nice round of applause here, leaving the mound.
3 hits and 5 1/3, but a lot of pitches. 96 to get there. 8 strikeouts and 4 walks. 96 pitches, 50 strikes. If you need expert printing, the UPS store has you covered. Together, there's nothing we can't solve. It's the Nats UPS store. Call to the bullpen. Six there, and that's into their bullpen. They have to get 11 outs from the pen today, and Jacob Turner, ninth appearance. He's made a couple of starts.
Check out lefties, the reverse splits hitting 206 against Jacob. Fastball, slider, curveball change. Fastball averaging 95. Curveball best secondary pitch, 12-6 variety at 79 miles an hour. And got a big out to get here, Nelson Cruz.
Cruz' career against Turner, 1 for 1 with a single. 0 for 2 today. In the series, 0 for 5. Didn't play yesterday. Don't throw one right down the middle to get ahead of this guy. Cruz, runners in scoring position, 348. Tied for first in the American League with 37 runs batted in. Inside the Numbers brought to you by PNC Bank. Since the All-Star break last year, with most people, baseball people think Anthony Rendon had as many RBIs as Nelson Cruz. We would here, but probably a secret elsewhere. How about that? That ball gets away, but the runner from third doesn't score. Segura reading that. He's played in this ballpark before. He knows how hard the ball can come off that back wall, but it really didn't come that far. But the runner did go to second, Cano.
Just yanked the fastball, and I don't think he had a real big primary lead to continue rolling down the line. Good hustle by Jose Lobaton. Probably a good decision down by 2.
Double play possibility now erased. 2-1's the count. And Cruz is going to crack one deep to center. Taylor can only watch it, and Seattle has the lead. No decision for Gio. And for Nelson Cruz, his 12th of the year. And RBI total is up to 40.
Oh, I just feel like every time Gio comes out of the game with the lead, this happens. Check out the pitch sequence. Jacob Turner, Nelson Cruz, first pitch, fastball down the way. Second pitch right there. This one just a yanked fastball that goes to the screen. So you go from pitching for the double play to pitching for a strikeout, leave a slider out over, and Nelson Cruz, large human being, hit this ball far. And just like that, Seattle up 3-2. Scott Service gets ejected. Mariners take the lead. Rally ejection.
24th home run given up by the bullpen. Kyle Seager, the hitter.
Continue to fall behind. You got to get ahead out of the bullpen. You have to throw strike one. You'll see starting pitchers looking like that a lot.
2-0 fastball to the outside edge. So the Mariners finally break that one-run thing they had going on. 2-2 pitch. Just to the right of the bag.
It's the first time the Mariners have scored more than one run since May 18th. They have been scuffling big time offensively. Their starting rotation, because of injury, has been scuffling, and Nelson Cruz just kind of got them off the schneid. Crooked numbers for the Mariners. That has to feel good in the third base dugout.
That ball lifted to right, and that's trouble if it's fair. Just foul. Off that wall that's about 20 feet high in the corner. The yellow stripe goes all the way up there to the foul pole, and it just hooked enough for the Nats.
So just foul? I couldn't tell from where I'm sitting. Close. Heads up, Jimmy. Ugly finder. He's pointing right where it is.
Jimmy calls it foul. Three-two again. Only the second time Seattle's led in the series, and the other time was last night after the top of the first, before the Nats got four. 3-2 and a walk. Next up, Danny Valencia. Now Mike Maddox a visit.
Steve Baker heading back to Sacramento after the ball game. Son Darren graduating from high school this weekend. Chris Spire will take the helm against the Padres.
Great baseball man right there.
Skipper for the weekend.
Today's game is kind of the key to having a great homestand. You made a good point. We were chatting this morning about the upcoming road trip. San Francisco 3, Oakland 3. You don't really know what to expect there. You know the Giants are always tough at home, as are the Dodgers at the end of that trip. Nats haven't done much winning in L.A. in recent years. And if they could get this one today and go into the weekend against the worst hitting team in baseball, feeling pretty good about the homestand.
Yeah, Oakland's 15-10 at home this year. San Francisco 11-10 at home. And the Dodgers 17-8 at Dodger Stadium. So yeah, you have to take advantage of this homestand before a tough West Coast trip.
All one. Nats need a ground ball. Been on the field for a long time here. There's a grounder, but it's through. Seager stopping, knowing Harper's gun out there. So the line's moving for the Mariners now. They have first and second, one out after the homer by Cruz.
Good pitch. Just well placed by Danny Valencia.
So 1 hit in 5 innings, and now 4 hits in a third of an inning as the bullpen phone rings again. Taylor Motter, the hitter. Motter has hit into 5 double plays, facing Turner for the first time.
I'm trying to think of the games that Gio's left with the lead, and then ended up with a no decision. A couple against Philadelphia, and then maybe here today.
First start of the year gave up no runs on 7 hits in 6 innings to the Marlins in a game the Nats eventually lost 4-3.
He's upset with himself right now. He thinks he should have got out of that inning. I hope he's okay. That's the main thing about today. If he wasn't, he'd probably be getting treatment right now. So
2-0.
Just frustrated.
And a ball high in the air to right center. Bryce Harper has it twisting back toward him. He's going to make the catch and launch it to third. Turner saw the runner not go into second, so he let it go through. And Seager's safe over there, 2 outs.
You know, normally the center fielder will take this because Bryce has the angle toward third base and the momentum going that way. Maybe the arm is a little stronger than Michael A. Taylor's, but Bryce loves to throw, gets around that one, and makes it a lot closer than everybody thought at third. Throw just a little bit offline.
If the inning continues, Miranda could be done for the day. They're warming Tony Zick in the bullpen, and they have a pinch hitter, Boog Powell, on deck. Turner ahead of a hitter. Zunino, 5-4-3 double play ball and a swinging strikeout. Faces Turner for the first time. Blake Trinan for the Nats, the subject of that second call to the bullpen, the phone call. In on his hands, and that hit Zunino. That ball was just boring in on him.
See, when I think of Jacob Turner, that's the pitch I think about. That two-seam fastball, mid-90s, born in on a right-hander. That's a good pitch, even though a little collateral damage here for Mike Zunino. Look at the run on this fastball, and right off his left knee. That's definitely going to leave a mark. He's a catcher, too. Catchers are tough, so if he's talking to the trainer, you know that one hurt.
Trainer Rick Griffin out there. Sun blazing at the ballpark right now. See some guys looking up, infielders, outfielders, checking the sky. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Heavy sink on that 96. Big inning for the Mariners. Cruz homers for 3. Zimmerman will lead off. Ryan straight ahead, bottom 6. Day, third annual Star Wars Day at Nationals Park. Nats Padres. Chewbacca Kuzi, first 25,000 fans. Visit nationals.com/promotions. Second game of that 3-game weekend series, and that's 4:05. First pitch on Sunday.
Star Wars. He's ready. Vintage Star Wars shirt. 3-2. Bottom of the 6th inning. Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers donate $250 to the Children's National Health System for each of the first 200 home runs the Nats hit this season. Lexus, experience amazing.
26-year-old right-hander Tony Zick, originally drafted by the Cubs out of St. Rita High School in Chicago. Then he went to the University of Louisville. Been around quite a while in professional baseball, and this will be part of his third season in the big leagues.
2 pitches, fastball, slider. Fastball averages 95. He throws it 61% of the time. Slider, 80-81. Tough out to get right here. Ryan Zimmerman. Mariners want to shut down any.
Yes, they do. Ran to 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, walked a couple, struck out 4, 85 pitches, 52 strikes, the Rendon homer. Nationals see Zick in person for the first time. Ball 1. Coming off right shoulder biceps tendon transfer surgery last October.
That doesn't sound good. I'm not a doctor, but
that's a long one. Good news for the Mariners, the surgery did not involve his rotator cuff. 2-0. Ryan, 366 versus right-handed pitching this year. Big bend on that curveball. Another one, though dropped, called strike 2. I wouldn't throw another one in that location.
Yeah, because your slider's not very good. You throw it there, it's going somewhere.
Yeah. I'll hang one. That one started out a little low and then went outside. Good breaking ball. First out, 6th inning.
Yeah, short, quick slider here from Zick. Short Zick slider.
I heard his stuff is Zick this year.
There it was.
Murphy 0 for 2 today.
Kind of take you through an offense mentality when you're up 2-0. You know, you're in the dugout, kind of skipping around, thinking, "All right, boys, let's add on. Let's tack on a few more, send these guys packing." Then all of a sudden, you have to change gears, change mentality to comeback mode. And a lot of times, that's not easy from a mental standpoint. You know, you're still going to go up there and grind out your at bats and try to do what you can do to get your knocks on a given day, but just your mentality as a hitter changes immediately from woohoo, let's add on to uh-oh, we got to come back. And it's more of a mental grind, especially day game after night game. It's tough to downshift and to get it back in gear.
1-1 to Murphy. So he's seen 96 and then 95 here on the heater. Nelson Cruz. Guy's a powder keg and he just exploded.
Kind of muscled that ball out. I mean, when he clicks them, they're no doubters, but kind of steered that ball out of here in left center.
Murphy straight at Danny Valencia for the second out.
I show you a couple homers today. First, Anthony Rendon, another tater. What's new? Like a changeup down and in. Just dropped the barrel on it, 104.1, 385 feet. It's a far one. And then the one I'm talking about, just pure muscle right here, just muscles that thing out to left center, 106 miles an hour, 415 feet. To make it a 3-2 ball game, and the shot in the arm the Mariners have been looking for about a week now.
Somebody told Cruz about our graphic showing Rendon even with him in RBI, so he went up 3 with that swing. 2 guys who know how to drive in runs. Nats box, nothing until Rendon's homer, leading off the 5th. Since then, a Lobatone double, a Worth RBI single, some walks mixed in. Looking at Tony Zick set up for his pitches, getting the sign. Kind of reminds me with the glove of your old buddy Ryan Matthews.
Oh yeah, good call.
Ryan, much more sinister than that, though. 0-2. Tried to throw that breaking ball he threw to Zimmerman, just missed.
If you mean by sinister, scarier looking, yeah, you're right.
We know Ryan's watching, so that was for his benefit, right?
He watches them all still.
1-2.
Not too many guys can wait that long and have strong enough wrists and forearms to flick that ball away.
Saw the guy earlier with the Paul Molitor jersey on. He was one of the latest, quickest swingers you would ever see.
Right? Good comparison. That guy, he could hit.
Rendon got an off-speed pitch, waited and waited, out of play it goes. Play him straight away. And that's straight up the middle. Anthony Rendon, 6 for 11 against Seattle now in this series.
I mean, so quick and so late with this swing. Watch him pull his hands in. This ball's chasing him, and it's chasing the handle of his bat, but he's so quick that he pulls him in, gets his hands inside of it, just fights it right back up the middle. Tough to get the barrel to this baseball, but Anthony Rendon just can hit. I mean, sit here and break it down all I want. He can flat out hit.
Michael A. Taylor.
Pretty good series. 545. 4 taters.
Taylor taking that first pitch frisbee for a strike. Michael A's got his hands full with this at bat. The way Zick throws that hook. I'm wondering if he'll even see a fastball in this AB. If he does, it's for show probably. So he's got a battle here with 2 outs in 0-2. Way out is the target. Check swing. Pitcher's got it. And Zick gets the shutdown inning the Mariners wanted. Nationals have stranded 5, and we go to the 7th in a 3-2 game. one run driven in by home runs today. Worth's RBI single, the singular one. And we go top 7. Boot Powell pinch hitting here for the pitcher, Zick. Jacob Turner, first pitch misses. As you mentioned last night, no relation to that Boot Powell. Up the middle, that's going to get through. Five of the last 9 Seattle batters have had hits, and 6 of the last 9 on base. Top of the order, Gene Segura. There's Matt Grace. Had a nice 14-pitch 1-2-3 ninth in the blowout Tuesday night.
Probably be for Robinson Cano, you'd think. Yeah, we sit up here all the time and say strike one's important, strike one's important. You might be sitting at home going, well, why is strike one important? I used to think 1-0 was the best count to hit him. Because you know the guy's got to throw a strike. You know he doesn't want to walk you. You know, everybody talks about 2-0, 3-1 being great counts. I think 1-0 is the best count to hit. So when you threw ball 1 to me as a horrible hitter, you made me a decent hitter just by throwing ball 1. Because I was going to swing, I was going to be aggressive, and I was going to be on your fastball. But if you threw 0-1, the first pitch strike, I had no idea what was coming. Now I'm on my heels, I'm guessing. Maybe I guess right, maybe I guess wrong, but it's an easier thought process and a more aggressive mentality when you throw that first pitch for a ball as a hitter, from a hitter standpoint. Just one pitch makes such a huge difference.
Powell, 63 minor league stolen bases. That's inside, 1-1. So they have a good combination of speed on the bases and a guy who can really handle the bat. In Segura, who has walked in single today in the series, he's 3 for 10. Osprey just went by coming up the Anacostia River. That's a heavy rotor sound you heard.
Distinct sound, too.
Had to look down to see him. Two-one pitch. Up the middle. Powell looking at Taylor and stopping. 2 on, nobody out, and the plot's getting thick here in the 7th with Heredia next, but then they're big guns. MLB.TV Premium back better than ever. You can watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices, plus a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout, other restrictions apply. MLB.TV. Log on for details. Segura, 5 for 13 career against Turner, who deals with Guillermo Heredia. This guy can run.
Button right here?
That's what the Nats are wondering. They pinch the corner infielders. It's a strike call. And he acted like a hitter who took a pitch that would have been good to bunt.
You bunt right here, you're taking the bat out of Robinson Cano's hand, and you're hoping that Nelson Cruz drives everybody in. Because you'd think Dusty Baker would walk Cano and leave Turner in. That might scratch Matt Grace. That's why they called it off, and he's swinging.
Well, that helps. Turner, Murphy, safe. That ball was hit hard, and Heredia still beat it out. So it'll be first and third, 1 out on the 6-4.
Well, tricky hop for Trey Turner that took his weight toward the outfielder. He would have taken that himself. Here comes Dusty Baker to get Matt Grace to face Robinson Cano. But watch the hop that Turner had to kind of lose his momentum. Maybe if he runs over the bag, he's got a chance, but I just think Heredia is too fast, period. That in-between hop was the difference. 2 outs runner on third, or first and third, 1 out.
So it's Grace and Cano, lefty-lefty matchup. The Nats trying to keep this a one-run game. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Beautiful day. Sun's out. Too many base runners the last 2 innings, though, for Seattle, and Matt Grace will have a tough matchup ahead as he faces Robinson Cano for the first time.
7th appearance, you see the ERA. 6 2/3 innings. Fastball slider combination. Fastball 90, slider 82. It was the slider just 18% of the time, but you'd figure Robinson Cano is going to see a steady diet here. Pitching for the strikeout. Ball on the ground's a double play. Cano can't run yet.
Base hit last time, right in front of the Cruz home run. Robinson Cano, 4 for 10 in this series. Pretty significant after going hitless his first game back, and he got on fire last night. That gets ahead, foul tip. Good speed at third. Really good speed at first.
Boy, if you'd have told me someday I'd be broadcasting a Major League game in 2017 where Robinson Cano is trying to drive in Boop Powell from third. I said, what planet am I on?
Yeah.
Paul Molitor is in the stands today. I'm lost.
Yeah, it's throwback day here. Oh-2. Griffey's here.
Yep.
Wow. Our crew's on the hunt now. They're picking up your scent.
Yep. My scent's not good today.
retire that shirt or do something, would you? 0-2. Grace tantalizing Cano with the pitch outside. Armin Killebrew in the yard. What a great Senator and then Minnesota Twin he was. One of the nicest men ever.
Keep it going.
Love it. Hey, it's day baseball. It's old school, right?
Yep. Good pit. Keep the double play in order. Matt Grace trying to keep that fastball down to get Robinson Cano on the ground.
Blake Trinan still throwing. For Cruz next. This should be a one-batter thing.
Tom Gorzolani's here.
Gorzo. 2-2 with 1 out. Hot shot, base hit. That'll make it 4-2. Heading for at least third is Heredia as Bryce Harper returns it to Trey Turner. And Robinson Cano strikes again. 4 for 11, 2 RBIs in the series. Run charge to Jacob Turner.
I'll tell you what, the great ones, you can just sense it. That's my RBI, and I'm driving them in. Cano fouled off some tough pitches to get to the slider, stayed on it. Ryan Zimmerman hugging the line, couldn't get to it. And the line moving here in the 7th for the Mariners, 4-2.
Trinan and Cruz, when we bring you back to Nationals Park, Seattle's been thirsting for runs, and they're getting some offense finally from their standpoint today. That's bullpen trying to keep it close. It's been a scuffle so far. Padres in town tomorrow. Max will pick up the ball and take on San Diego, a struggling offensive ball club. Right-handers hitting 139 against him this year. He'll be looking for win number 5. ERA just over 3. Strikeout totals up there among the best in the league, along with opponents' batting average. 6:30, we're back to the nighttime thing tomorrow. Johnny and Ray from left field will join you at 7. First pitch, 7:05 from one of the Nats' aces. Here's Blake Trinan to take on Nelson Cruz, and they match up for the first time.
Our fastball slider combination. Fastball, two-seam variety, a lot of sink to it, 95 to 98.
96 and straight down. Turner still responsible for Heredia at third. Grace with Cano at first. 0-1 pitch.
Try to keep that ball close to Nelson Cruz. Try to get that ground ball to third. Maybe induce a double play. Tough to elevate Blake Trinan on the fastball under his hands. The slider is Cruz's best pitch probably to do that.
2-1. They're trying to turn this thing around. 6 out of 9 batters against the bullpen have reached base. 2-run deficit, not a huge deal for this offense.
Great idea. Keep it down there. Yeah, Mariners bullpen's anything but locked down. They've had closer issues. So, yeah. Ground ball here would be huge for Dusty Baker's squad.
Kyle Seager waiting. He's had a good series. All 3.
I'm watching Robinson Cano at first base, and he's asking everybody if he's going, and everyone's telling him no.
3-2 with 1 out. Well, why go? He can walk to second now. Kyle Seager is next. So 10 batters, 3 outs by the bullpen so far. Got to find a way to keep this a 2-run game. Seager a double, a walk in the series, 4 for 9. And he faces Trinan for the first time.
That got Jose Lobaton. He needs a second. Good block. Slider in the dirt. And Mike Maddox going to come out to the mound, and this game's come to a screeching halt. Still hurt. Pump me up speech from Mike Maddox.
This is a big pitch. Bases are loaded. This goes to 2-0. It gets scary.
Looked like he's finishing his pitches today. Kind of cutting it off. Aiming it, so to speak. But when Blake Trinan's good, he really reaches out to the catcher. Today, doesn't look like that's the case so far. Not finishing his delivery.
Hot shot. Murphy picks it off. Can Turner turn it? He can. The Nats get a huge 4-6-3 on a ball that was scorched to the right side.
I'll tell you what, Daniel Murphy's becoming a really good second baseman.
We use the Jeff Kent comparison all the time. You think of him as a hitter and not as a defender. That play might have just saved the day by Daniel Murphy. Mark that down. Going to his left, a bullet. Look at the feed. And a nifty 4.63.
Three innings with the bats. While the Nats take off on the road, head down to the Fitz on the 31st. Winning Wednesday featuring 8.5 innings, still says 9, of raffles and giveaways. Call 703-590-2311 or visit PotomacNationals.com. James Pazos takes over, one of the two lefties from the Seattle bullpen. We know the other guy, Mark Zepchinski, for them. And here's Pazos.
Lots of Z's in their bullpen, left-handed. Fastball 96, 71% of the time, and slider 81, two-pitch guy.
Jose Lobaton getting some right-handed ABs today. So Boog Powell's going to check the sky conditions with his shades. He's in left. Taylor Motter moves over to right, and the good news about that is the bat of Nelson Cruz is out of the game for the rest of the day. So he'll go with defense. Up the middle, to his left, Segura. Plenty of time. Wilmer Defoe is next. Saving Adam Lind for when there's a chance to tie the game or take the lead or to win it. May the slow dance begin. 60s ballad walk-up music for Wilmer.
Unchained Melody, what was that?
Then he hits a hot shot to Segura. A couple of ground balls and 2 kickouts for James Pazos. Matt Albers for the 8th. 98 on the heater. Steve Cishek saved many a game for the Marlins against the Nats years ago. Hard to catch.
Couple barrels.
Mark Sepchinski.
Eye chart.
Of course, we know who he's up for. That would be Harper. 1-1 to Turner. Outside. Zunino tried to hold it there for a call. Trey 0 for 2 today, reached on an error and has walked. All three. This could be big. Somebody already hollered, let's go, J-Dub.
Yeah.
Anticipating his AB.
Or someone thought that was ball 4. Trey Turner.
Take a base runner here anyway with 2 outs. To the right side. Turner hustling. Digging. He's out. 3 ground ball outs for James Pazos. Ball game to the 8th inning. Seattle trying to salvage one, leading 4-2.
Coda Glover's gotten some ninth-inning work for the Nationals over the last handful of days, locking down a 4-out save in Atlanta the other day, and then closing out a 4-run win last night, even though it wasn't a save situation. And Dusty Baker, last night after that game, confirming what that ninth-inning work for Coda might have indicated, that Coda Glover is the Nationals' closer for now. Dusty's saying he wanted to break Coda in slowly because he's so young. He was only drafted 2 years ago. It's kind of easy to forget that. But he was lobbying for it in spring, Dusty said. It's the job he wanted, and it's his now, is what Dusty said. And after a scoreless ninth last night, Coda's ERA is down to 2.57. Dusty says he throws quality strikes, and he has a pretty good idea of what he wants to do for a young pitcher. So Coda Glover, the next closer up for the Nationals at this point.
When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. Dan with our Coons.com sideline report. By the way, Coda did tell me this morning, yeah, that is a true slider that he throws at 93. Kind of cut fastball, sliderish looking, and that's pretty hard for a slider. What an arm. Here's Matt Albers. 8th inning underway. And a strike to Danny Valencia.
And 2 pitches, fastball, slider. Occasional change, occasional curveball, but tremendous arm side run on the fastball. Slider to go the other way.
Bunch of the
keep it a 4-2 game.
Bunch of the Mariners have faced him. Valencia 2 for 4 against Matt. 0-2.
Matt Albers did so well the first month of the season, coming out of the bullpen, throwing strikes, going right after guys.
Swing and a miss. Getting ahead, carving up a right-handed batter, 1 out.
Kind of an emergency hack here by Danny Valencia. He saw the sinker away. He also saw it coming back, and he tried to follow it off last second, but a nice pitch by Matt Albers. Washington area Toyota dealers help children and their families by making a donation of $37 to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season.
Low to Taylor Motter, 0 for 1. Pair of walks today, 0 for 5 in the series. Counts even.
Good tempo, throwing strikes, working ahead. Tell you what, that two-seam fastball to righties backdoor is like a left-handed slider. That thing's starting off the plate away and running back hard late. Try it again here. Oh, slider.
Two-two pitch. Got him looking. Outside edge. 2 Ks for Alberts.
The one before that, he got a little too much on top of it. It didn't have run, it had more sink. This one, he got on the side of it. Look at it come back right into Jose Lobatone's glove. If you've ever played wiffle ball, that's the pitch, right? Kind of get on the side of it, get the holes on one side. You start it off the plate. Although in wiffle ball, this swings back right onto your buddy's hands. In real life baseball, it just comes back for a strike. Nice pitch.
Pretty pitch. Swing and a miss, Zanino. Looks like Nick Vincent will be next for Seattle. Big do-ups for the Nats, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Strikes out the side, the last 2 looking. Matt Alberts to its worth, followed by Bryce Harper and then Ryan Zimmerman. Baseball on Matson, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland. Put your vacation days to good use in Ocean City. Book now at ococean.com. And by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving the armed forces and their families for over 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA. That's still down by 2. Worth, Harper, Zimmerman coming up. Next 5 ball games. Padres in tomorrow night. Max Scherzer, Luis Perdomo. Strasburg at 4:05 Saturday against Clayton Richard, the lefty. Joe Ross and Julius Chassin on Sunday. Then you're looking at the first 2 of 3 at San Fran, and our friends from WUSA 9 will join us for Sunday's day game and the Memorial Day game from AT&T Park. That should be quite a setting. There's Nick Vincent. 1 hit, scoreless 8th inning last night. Gave up a base hit to Matt Wieters, but he got Murphy, Rendon, and Taylor. Jason Worth, 0 for 2 career against him. They're no longer warming up Mark Zepchinski, even though if Worth gets on, Harper would represent the tying run.
That Vincent fastball cutter change, lots of cutters. And this is the inning if you're going to do it if you're the Nationals, right?
Guys, you want up there.
I mean, if you're one of those analytics guys, the save's right here, right now. This is the argument to bring in your closer in the 8th. Worth, Harper, Zimmerman, and possibly Murphy in a 2-run game. High leverage situation for Nick Vincent.
Bryce will be happy to see a right-hander. Zimmerman halfway up the stairway, so he's half out of the hole. One-two pitch.
Just missed. Lefty's at 179 against Vincent, so he did a nice job against the first batter he's faced this year.
He's going to ring up Worth on a fastball inside edge.
Front door cutter from Vincent starts right at Jason Worth, kind of freezes him up a little bit. Yeah, he's had a tough pitches called strikes on him today.
Harper 0 for 3 today against the lefty, Ariel Miranda. The Nats have 1 hit since the 5th inning. Harper 0 for 1 against Nick Vincent. Shaving off some corners right now, he is.
Got a pitch.
Oh-2, base hit. And a couple of bags for Bryce here. Just going to fight off the pitch and bounce it down the left field line. 25th extra base hit of the season.
Just about to say a bloop and a bomb, and you're right back in this. There's the bloop, so to speak. 11th double of the year. Bryce Harper with an inside-out swing. I think it was a cutter on his hands. Let's see it again. Yeah, it was. Just inside out. Let the ball get deep. Helmet stays on barely. Mariners in the shift. Bryce has hit a few to third base this year. I guarantee you that's his 3rd or 4th hit this way. Nobody there. Invisible third baseman. And now Ryan Zimmerman trying to tie this one up or get on for Daniel Murphy to do more.
Well, that changes a few things. Zimmerman 1 for 2 career with a run batted in on a double against Vincent. Popped him up. Zunino under it. Last minute adjustment to make the grab. 2 outs and a big one. Zepchinski's back up and Edwin Diaz. And with Murphy coming in now, Tim Bogart acting as the manager, their bench coach after Scott Service was thrown out. He'll go to the left-hander Zepchinski.
He's like, you're letting me face Bryce Harper, but I don't get to face Daniel Murphy? What's up? Seriously? maybe good humor right there.
He said you didn't get Harper. See if he can get Murphy. .50 Nats. Nats won last night despite being out hit 9-7. Left-hander Mark Zepchinski, who appeared 14 games for Washington last year, 12 innings, 8 hits, 2 earned runs, 1.54 ERA. He'll face Daniel Murphy, who's 0 for 3 career against him.
A fastball slider change, fastball 92. Lots of sliders, you're thinking, for Daniel Murphy. If I'm not mistaken, the last time Zepchinski took the mound here at Nats Park, it was Game 5 against the Dodgers, and he was the one that came in for Max Scherzer after the Jock Peterson home run to left.
He has stranded all but one base runner. Murphy trying to chase home Harper to at least make this a one-run game. Daniel 33 RBIs, 10th in the National League. 3 ground ball outs against Zepchinski. Strike 1.
You know you got a long last name when the first letter starts on your left rib, about halfway down your jersey.
11 of them.
I mean, most people's last name does not start halfway down their back. And end on the other side in the same spot. We used to call him eye chart affectionately.
There's a 1-1 to Murphy. Murphy backed out. The breaking ball appeared to be up and in, and Adam Amari called it a strike.
Daniel Murphy not saying a word, that makes me think it's in the box. Barely.
One, two. Murphy is swing and a miss. Mariners bullpen solid today. They've been pitching since the 6th inning. Haven't given the Nats a run. And Albers will pitch another inning and give the Nats a chance. Rendon, Taylor, Lobatone, bottom 9. We invite you to check out the brand new Masson All Access show on Masson National social media platforms. The new daily show, broadcast on Facebook Live and feature a look at that night's game, tweets from fans, Q&As with players, and much more. Follow Masson Nationals on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat for Masson All Access. There's Boog Powell. Base hit, got their rally going in the 7th when they scored that add-on run. Blake Treinen's double play ball kept it from being a big inning for Seattle. One from Albers, 12 pitches, 9 strikes when he struck out the side of the 8th.
On the attack. Try to front hit that sinker right here.
He's going to bunt it, and Albers over to his left to grab it. That gets by him, it's a hit.
Like a cat, Matt Albers off the mound on that bunt. Nice play. Good idea by Powell. That front hip sinker, bring it with you. Matt Albers off the mound nicely. A former Giants pitcher, Rick Russell, had the same body shape as Matt Albers, and he was a fantastic athlete. He could feel his position. He could swing the bat. You remember Albers hit the triple against the Mets for the Chicago White Sox in interleague play last year, so maybe a good comparison as far as athletes go. Remember Livan Hernandez was a fantastic athlete off the mound too.
Yeah, Royce could really swing it. Here's Gene Segura, another guy who can. 2 for 3 today. 4 hits in 11 ABs against the Nats.
Maybe Rick Russell even face Boog Powell. I don't know. Might be a reach.
Livan Hernandez, I recall a conversation we had late in his career here. He was very proud of the fact that in his big league career he had over 100 hits and over 100 sacrifice bunts.
Remember, it was the Levo show every 5th day in 2011 when he pitched. It was fun to watch him field, bunt, whatever he did. He was a lot like Robinson Cano on the mound. Very smooth in everything he did.
Good call. My favorite was when somebody hit a little chopper or bunt when he just seemingly walk over to the ball, pick it up, and act like he was just going to goose it over to LaRoche or Adam Dunn, whoever might have been at first base back then. One ball and 2 strikes.
2011 first base was Michael Morse, wasn't it?
And Nick Johnson before that. Now it's Ryan Zimmerman. It's going to be for a while, too. 2-2 with 1 out. Jeslow. One final rolls in this afternoon at Atlanta. Pirates beat the Braves 9-4. San Diego beat the Mets last night. They'll match up again this evening. Here comes Taylor. And Albers 5 in a row. And if he gets Heredia, he doesn't have to face Robinson Cano. Johnny Holiday and Ray Knight in the yard today, getting ready for the Nats Extra postgame show, presented by Who But? WB Mason. Guillermo Heredia, 0 for 4 today. Looks like, at least for today, Edwin Diaz is back in the closer's role for Seattle. He's ready. Nobody in the lineup has faced him. My bad prior to this series. He did pitch a scoreless 7th last night. Got Turner, Worth, and Zimmerman intentionally walked Bryce. And that is something Anthony Rendon can't do anything about. That gets Cano to the plate here in the 9th inning.
Beautiful bunt. Usually you don't like to bunt with 2 outs. You rather hit a double, but anytime you get Robinson Cano to the plate, it's a good thing if you're the Mariners.
And Dusty's going to Perez. Robinson Cano, 5 career hits, 2 homers against Matt Albers. So Oliver Perez and Robinson Cano coming up. 2 outs, 9th inning. Keep it 4-2 as he'll take on Robinson Cano here. 14th appearance. 13 hits in 9 innings, and Cano against him, 5 for 17.
Some good history, 17 at-bats. Ollie, two-pitch guy, fastball, slider, different deliveries, different release points.
Cano 0 for 2 today before he singled in the 6th the other way and then pulled that big RBI hit in the 7th inning that gave Seattle a 2-run lead, which they still hold on to. Heredia, short to medium lead at first. I'd walk Cano and pitch to Gerard Dyson.
Not the worst idea ever. You can just pitch very carefully to Robinson here.
Yes, sir. So along with those 5 hits, couple of RBIs.
Not that Dyson can't slap a single on you. You just talk about future Hall of Famer versus a guy hitting 207 on deck.
True. Good fastball. 1-1 here in the 9th.
Future Hall of Famer might have been a little strong, but you know what I mean.
Well, if he plays out that contract, he's going to be a 3,000 hit guy.
If he stayed in New York with that short porch and right, I think it would have been a no-brainer.
Yeah. Yeah, he could have been one of the great Yankees of all time.
I mean, went to Seattle, went for the money. Obviously a great city, a great organization, but when you talk about putting up numbers in Yankee Stadium, the new Yankee Stadium where it flies to right, that's all you have to do is touch the ball to hit it out. Safeco, it's hard to hit a tater.
It's over 2,250 hits for his career.
Doable.
As we mentioned, signed for 6 more years after this. 34 years of age.
Got the hit last time up on the slider from Matt Grace. Do they go to the slider again here in a 2-2 count?
Robinson Cano originally wore number 24 to kind of reverse honor Jackie Robinson. It's named after Robinson. But when we came to Seattle, a kid named Griffey wore that 24. Nobody else will there. Swing and a miss on a big Perez curveball.
Shows you what we know.
Big hook, and Anthony Rendon has to lead a charge here to get the Nats back even or to win it. Cubs need a big rally to make the comeback and tie it or win it. 4-2. Diaz coming on. More on him in a moment. Most comeback wins in baseball this season. The Nats are right there behind the Angels and the D-backs. So they're 14-7 at home, and 12 of those they have trailed. Here we go.
All right.
Well, he's just 23 years of age. We talked about him last night, some of the struggles he's had with command this year, but we also saw some stuff last night, FP, that very much impressed us about Edwin Diaz.
Well, down by a couple of runs, you got to make him throw strikes. Fastball 97, slider 87. Guy's been working on his mechanics, working on his in-game adjustments. Young pitcher, a lot of times when it goes south for you in the middle of a game in the heat of battle, you don't know how to right the ship, but they've been working on mechanics. And we'll see right now.
Rendon, Taylor, and Lobaton to face him for the first time. We could see Adam Lind in this inning.
Sometimes for Diaz in the past, not being in that closer role, remember how young he is, it gets away from him, so he's learning how to regroup when it does. And I think Anthony Rendon doing the right thing, taking a strike.
Flings 97 in there. He has walked 12 in 18 innings to go with 23 strikeouts. 7 saves, blown 2. Rendon 2 for 3 today. Fantastic series. Right by his belt buckle. All 2.
You come in these situations as a young closer, it's about having body awareness. Can you repeat your delivery when your pulse is going real quick and the nerves are high? And I think that's been a challenge for Diaz in his young career as a closer.
This one out to left center. They have a new outfield configuration. That's Heredia in left. He went over there from center because they wanted to get the speed of Dyson into center. One out.
Yeah, one big out in Anthony Rendon, the guy they've been having trouble retiring the last 3 days.
Yeah, so Taylor Motter comes into play second. Cano done for the day. Boog Powell over to left. Or pardon me, right field. Left-handed thrower. And it looks like Lind for Lobaton, so Dusty not going to waste any time. He's got Wieters after that. Pitch up and in, check swing.
You have to be taking the strike all the way there, don't you? Down by 2, power on deck, a guy that has 3 pinch-hit home runs. First 2 not near. Rally lids. Bryce Harper's got hers on.
Time given, 2-2. Taylor, left side. One hopper. Kyle Seager. That's down to their final out. Adam Lind will hit for Lobaton here. And then the other catcher, at least today, Matt Wieters, steps out on deck. So there's Matt. Adam Lind, 500 batter as a pinch hitter this year, 7 for 14. 3 homers, 9 RBIs. First at bat of the series, Lind hit 20 homers, 58 driven in for the Mariners last year. 2-0.
Adam Lind just looks hitterish. Everything he does, every hack he takes, he's on it.
Two-one, and he was tardy for 98.
Toughest job in baseball, sit around for 3 hours, come up and try to square up 98 miles an hour.
Way inside.
Big pitch coming. Rally, baby. She got ball 4, a base hit in her. Let's see.
Lind. Ball hit him in the foot, so it's foul.
Do it again. I mean, it's all you can ask for with your Dusty Big right now. It's get Matt Wieters up there and let him wail at a 98 mile an hour fastball and see what happens.
3-2 to Adam Lind. Battle continues.
Good rip.
Big shift on. 3-2 again, and in the middle of the shift, Adam's going to have to hurry. He will beat it out. Motter went as far as he could, and Adam Lind is 8 for 15 as a pinch hitter.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody better in the National League. I mean, what more could you ask from Adam Lind? He goes up there, gets 98, fouls off a couple of pitches, beats the shift, gets an outfield single. And now Matt Wieters gets a chance at it. Rally, baby, she was good for a base hit. She got a tater in her.
Matt Wieters has faced Diaz just once before, so there's a little knowledge here. And he's going to hit a high fly ball out to left center. Playable, Heredia. And the Mariners will salvage a game, and they win a game in Washington, D.C. for the first time ever in interleague play. Nats will win 2 out of 3 and get ready for San Diego tomorrow night. For Dan Colco, NFP Santangelo, Bob Carpenter, the final. Mariners 4, Nats 2. Gio gets a no decision, and the loser will be